I got destroyed in a rug pull back in 2021 and lost the last $3,000 that I had to my name. And before that, I dropped out of college before my last semester with over $100,000 worth of student loan debt just to start my own side hustle. So first, I tried dropshipping and I failed that miserably. I even had my own podcast to promote the products, as you can see on the screen right now, and it was just absolutely terrible. Next, I did Amazon FBA. So I would buy things from Trader Joe's and resell them for a tiny profit. Now, I did make some money, but it didn't give me any financial freedom like I wanted to. And it was way too much work. It just was not scalable enough for me to work with. And I was so devastated with my failure, I started smoking weed and drinking every day just to cope. And deep down inside, I knew that nobody was coming to save me. In that moment, my dad came up to me, told me about land flipping. He said that he heard about it and it sounded interesting. And he's like, Anthony, you do all of these side hustles, check it out and get back to me. Maybe we can partner on it. So I immediately started my research and decided that this was 100% worth the shot. It wasn't trendy like all the other side hustles that I've tried or considered. It felt different. It felt normal and doable and even a little boring, which I like since I need a predictable business to replace my current 9 to 5. We piled up around $5,000, which was most of our savings, and decided to start looking for deals. Now, all of this money was spent on setting up the business and mostly on marketing campaigns. Then 4 months later, we made $50,000 in profit, which launched us into endless possibility, and that's the reason why I'm here today. These are the only real costs when starting out in land flipping, since you don't need to fund the deals yourself to participate in them. And that's exactly what I'm going to walk you through in today's video. So first, I'll show you step by step on how to set up the operations for your land flipping business and the costs associated with it. Then what we're going to do is we'll walk through starting your marketing and finally finding investors to fund the deals for you. Okay, so step number one is setting up the business. So let's take a look first at data providers, because you'll need a way to find land that isn't listed online. I like to use a land portal. It's going to cost you around $100 per month. It lets you pull property data, research ownership, and find off-market opportunities before anyone else. Now let's take a look at email and data storage. So G Suite's going to cost you around $18 per month, and you're going to be using that for spreadsheets, contracts, and sending outreach emails with a professional business address. Now let's start to consider actually setting up the business itself. So an LLC is going to give you legal protection and credibility. And if you use something like LegalZoom, it's going to cost you around $300 per year. Now, we do want a business phone number as well, so I use OpenPhone. It's going to cost you around $15 per month to keep business calls separate from personal ones. It's clean, reliable, and makes your operation look professional. Now, mailbox. We want to get a virtual or private mailbox for around $15 per month, and you'll need a business address to handle mail and verify accounts. It just looks cleaner rather than just going to your house. All right, so let's get into cold calling now, because you could either start yourself or outsource it, and if you outsource to an agency like Land Talk Pros, they have packages starting at $750 for a month's worth of cold calling, and that's going to include 20 to 30 guaranteed leads per month, and all you have to do is give them your data and skip trace it. If you outsource cold calling, budget around $1,000 for your first campaign. So in total, you would need around $2,000 to start your marketing, but your success depends on a lot of things. As you can see on the screen, one of my students made over $50,000 of profit in the first month. My story and a lot of others keep proving that you can make a lot of money with land flipping early in your journey, but you really have to nail down on a lot of things. Another example is my best performing student, Scott. He made $245,000 of profit in just 2 months from 6 land deals. Now that you know what's possible and how to start your land flipping operation, it's time to get into funding the actual deals. So there are a lot of ways to fund a land flipping deal, and I'm going to walk you through most of them. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a really cool website and my personal strategy that we used when we first started out. So the ways that you could fund a land deal could be your own money, traditional financing, a private money lender or hard money lender, or transactional funding, and lastly, a joint venture agreement. Those are the most common ones in land flipping. It's really important to have a network of investors that fund land deals, and it's especially important when you're just getting started and can't fund your own deals yet, because you can only grow as much as the capital that's readily available to you. So the best thing that you can do early on is start building relationships with funders. Now, the easiest way to stand out to investors is not to just contact them once, but stay active in land investing groups. Share what's working, talk about what's not working, give value, and show that you're serious about learning and improving. You don't have to act like an expert. Just show that you're taking this seriously, and people will notice that. And having those relationships on the front end makes a huge difference. It just makes everything easier when you first start getting deals. You'll start to see a property and immediately you know, man, that one fits Max's buy box, or this one's perfect for Gabe. That's the position that you want to be in, because now you don't have to worry about where funding will come from. But now there's a site called Land Funding Partners that makes this process a lot easier. It shows you all kinds of verified investors that fund land deals. So you could take a look at private money lenders, hard money loans, JV partners. It has everything that's available. You could even filter and compare between land funders and see which one best fits for you. So as you can see here, you can take a look at, they have their website, they have their contact information, the requirements to submit the deal, the response time for deal feedback. So you know exactly what you're getting into when you reach out to them. It's a great place to start building your funding list. And when you contact someone, keep it simple. Say something like, hey, I'm new to land investing and notice that you fund deals in this price range. I just wanted to understand your buy box a little bit better so I can send you good opportunities and not waste your time. Now that short, respectful approach goes a long way. When I first started, everything was built off who I knew and who I could get introduced to. Now tools like this make it way easier to build a contact list and start forming real partnerships fast. Use it, build connections, and participate in different communities. That's how you start funding your deals without needing your own capital. And that's how you grow faster than most people in this space. And if you want to go deeper into this game, I've got a free community with over 190 investors and a full library of objection scripts, real seller call recordings, and negotiation trainings. Links in the description, and I'll see you inside.